Hello and welcome to Traveling Light. My name is Lisa and I'm a Reiki practitioner and teacher. And our video today is You Can't Hack Healing, even though most of us try, myself included. I have tried it many times. So let's see what hacking your healing is and what to do instead. So let's start by talking about the word hack. Now, I don't know if you remember, like I do, back in the day, hacking wasn't something to be sought after or admired. Instead, you might hear somebody say, like, "Oh, that guy is such a hack." And they'd be referring to someone who cut corners, did like sloppy work, or maybe just lacked the creativity or motivation to do better. It was common for the hack to be unaware that their work was subpar, and actually they could seem to be pretty pleased with themselves. So, fast forward to today in our ever accelerating world, a hack has come to mean something that produces a rapid result with little effort. Now, everyone's looking for hacks. We love hacks. They help us get through our busy days with good hair, good food, everything organized and running smoothly. And this hack culture has even spilled over, especially spilled over, into the fields of health, healing, and spirituality. The promises are so good. We want to find out, like, how can I be happy in 3 minutes? It's too hard to not click sometimes. Many of us, and tell me if this is you, we've clicked on so many that even as we're clicking, we highly doubt that it's really going to work. But we click anyways, right? Because we think, what if this is the answer that I've been searching for? What if it finally solves my problem? I don't want to miss it. Chasing the perfect life hack is a behavior many of us have now adopted. And it's pretty easy if you stop scrolling to catch ourselves doing it. Even though catching ourselves doing it doesn't necessarily mean stopping ourselves from doing it. Now, in this video, we're going to take a look at some hacks that we use in real life that are so normal, we don't even really think of them as hacks. For example, coming up are two ways that people deal with a cold or flu. And they're both common, they're both reasonable. But one, if we think about it more closely, might be really more like a hack. So when you get sick, you can load up on cough syrup and painkillers. You can do whatever it takes to still get to work, the gym, grab dinner, maintain your life as usual. Or you can shut everything down, call in sick, turn off the phone, get some rest, ask for help with things that need to get done so you can allow yourself the time and space to heal. So, the hack would be to override the body's signals that it needs to rest so that you can continue your routines. Maybe using the medications and your willpower to mask the symptoms and just keep on going. Whereas healing, you're going to reduce stress from the outside, use the meds and rest to assist the body's natural healing process. So, those two examples, of course, are two ends of the continuum. Most of us land somewhere in between hacking and healing. We have responsibilities, right? We can't always just stop everything. Sometimes we just push through, and hacking our health this one time usually won't cause problems. Hacking our health over and over, though, never allowing ourselves to return to equilibrium, eventually will take a toll. So, when we don't allow a return to homeostasis, the body fights to adapt. Living in fight or flight becomes normalized. So, over time, the immune system weakens, and eventually, the body's ability to cope breaks down altogether and it forces us to stop. So, cold is one example, but this pushing through pattern is pervasive in regard to healing, health, and happiness in our modern lifestyle. We patch up those symptoms so we don't have to interrupt our lives. And we search for those tips and hacks to manage stress so that we can keep going. So, yeah, we patch up symptoms and we seek out hacks so we don't have to interrupt our lives. Interruption itself, though, is a significant component of the mechanism of healing. Now, next is something I really want to bring up because I notice it time and time again. Of course, we resist, as we've said, slowing down to allow the natural healing process. Most of us do that, but we even do it when we're learning to do healing work itself, like with me and my students learning to do Reiki. We want to learn to heal and help others to heal. Interruption is a mechanism of healing, yet most of us start out, even this, determined to do it without interrupting our daily patterns. Healing means to come into alignment with our true selves and to interrupt patterns that no longer serve us. That requires stillness and self-inquiry. To make time to cultivate this inner awareness, we may need to interrupt our daily lives. Sitting with ourselves in silence, journaling, meditation, seeking answers, these spiritual practices don't always come easy given our busy schedules. We often hack spirituality too, then, by seeking answers about meaning and our purpose from outside sources like readers and oracle cards, pendulums. Astrology, numerology, human design is really popular. And even Google, ChatGPT now, and online chats or groups. Of course, therapists and other experts, clergy, coaches, or energy healers. Okay, now don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of these things. I do them all too, every single one. Of course, we all need teachers and guides, our support and community. I'm only saying that their advice is not more important than your own inner knowing. It is hard for us to trust what any healing process eventually teaches us. That the answer is inside you. Even if you believe that, want to get behind it, the question becomes, well, how do I learn to hear it? Well, in the popular wisdom traditions, you might learn by leaving everyday life entirely, like a shaman on a vision quest, or a yogi entering the ashram, or a monk in a remote monastery. You would sit with the silence and the discomfort until the answers emerge from within. Now, paths like those are about full immersion. Healing isn't something you schedule into your life. Your life becomes an embodiment of it. Now, did you know that Reiki also was born of such a quest to heal? Its founder spent 21 days alone in a mountain forest, fasting and meditating, immersed in nature, no one left to consult, and really his life at stake. He finally found his enlightenment. Realistically, most of us are probably not going to completely leave or drastically interrupt our lives in the name of a true healing process. But we can still learn from the spiritual teachers who did. So, interruption of your life is a mechanism for healing, but you don't have to retreat to a monastery or an ashram to do it. You can use practices that create small, meaningful daily interruptions instead of one big one. Now, even if you don't want to go off on a long, immersive retreat from life to do your healing process, commitment to small doses of solitude and inner work is not a quick one and done hack either. But the irony is, though, you will actually progress more quickly when you stop defaulting to those quick fixes and seeking answers from others. You proceed straight to the real work of getting still and looking inside. Get to know your true self and acknowledge your deepest fears as well as your desires. Begin to dare to trust yourself. Well, I really want you to hear this if you don't know it already. It is such a relief, and it's true, and I can tell you from experience that learning to keep your own counsel, when you do that, you will not fear the comings and goings of relationships or certain situations in your life. You'll face challenges from a solid center, a deep, steady knowing that you're going to be okay. And when you do need support, choosing teachers, experts, community, friends will be easier. Those relationships that aren't helpful will fall away, and you won't mind as much when they do. You'll feel a strong resonance and an attraction, the ones who are truly meant for you. Now, these small daily spiritual and healing processes make every daily practice a trip to your sacred shrine. The trip is not upward to that ascetic fast on a mountaintop. It's inward to the quiet heart of your physical being. The only way to feel your spirit is through your body, its vessel for your time on earth. Amazingly, you have direct connection to it at any moment. You don't have to look out there. Trust me, stick with it. Over time, your life will be different. Feel peaceful and grounded. You'll feel held safe within the light of your spirit as you go about just your daily duties. You'll be free from that seeking, retreating, or doubting your life path or your own inner knowing. And you'll understand the truth, the meaning of this old Zen riddle. Before enlightenment, carry wood. Chop wood, carry water. Sorry. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Get it? Okay, if you made it through to the end, thank you for being here. Listen, if you resonate with the idea of slowing down, stepping away from the confusion and that hype of that healing hack culture, I created my YouTube channel and my Reiki classes with people like you in mind. My classes are private, personalized, and slow-paced, so you can absorb the Reiki teachings instead of rushing through them in a class that's a couple hours long. You can find out all about my classes on the travelinglight.world website, or if you want to know about me and my local healing practice, it's bostonreiki1.com. Right? So comment below if you have questions, or if there's a topic that you're wondering about that you'd like me to create a video on, let me know that too. Thanks for being here, and enjoy the rest of your day, okay?